Hi everyone, and welcome to our latest OCHM Garden update. Today, we're planting onions. And for our garden, we have selected this variety of onion. And following our planting instructions, we can see that they need to be started in early spring, late winter, about 8 to 10 weeks before last frost. Which means that yes, even here in mid-February, it is time to start planting. And so to get any seed to grow, what you're going to need is soil, light, and water. And when you're indoors, it gets a little complicated. So we have this watering cell kit for indoor starting. And each cell has a little dehydrated bit of coconut fiber. Here it is up close and personal. And what we're going to do is add some water to this. And they're going to expand to be our growing medium. So you can see here I've sort of helped it along as the coconut fiber gets rehydrated. And we've taken about a whole can of water at this point, and they're still going. So really, you can't believe how much water is going to go into these little pellets. And if you don't have pellets, which are something that you can pick up at a local nursery or hardware store, you can use an option, just a seed starting mix that you can get. You wouldn't want potting soil. Your regular topsoil is not the right nutrients for your seeds. So you would want to get a seed starting mix. So now you can see that our soil has fully rehydrated, and with the water, we have 2 of our 3 components all ready to go. And so the next step is to plant our seeds. And so for these onion seeds, they probably have 200-300 seeds in there. It's quite a few. And for our project, we're actually going to try half indoors, and we're going to run a little bit of an experiment and plant half of them directly out with some of our other veggies. So what I have done is taken about half out. And one good rule of thumb for seeds is you want to plant them as deep as pretty much twice the width of the seed. So these are pretty small, and they're not going to go very deep into the soil. And we're also going to do 1 to 2 seeds per cell, and you can see this is a 16 cell pack, so that's a lot of plants, and not all of them are going to grow, and that's fine, but we're going to hope for a lot of them. But you don't want to overpack your seed cells because too many plants are going to be fighting for the nutrients in that cell, so they're not going to grow as well, and then even if they were growing, they'd be kind of hard to get out in the future. So we're going to do about 1 to 2 per cell right along the top, and then I'm going to go over and cover it very lightly with just a little bit of more soil on the top. Again, these are really little seeds, so we don't want them to be too deep into the seed cells. So our last couple of steps are really important. One is to make sure you label your plants. So here, onions for the OCHM project, and also the date. So you know that if germination time passes and nothing's growing, that maybe you'll have to start again, and that definitely happens. And the other thing that's really important for starting seeds indoors is that you need the top plastic part that comes with these kits. Looks like this. It's wet because I just washed it. And what this does is it sits over the top and creates a little greenhouse effect for the entire setup. Here you go. And why this is important is because seeds need humidity to sprout. And so this plastic dome sort of creates that. You can also see here we're sitting in a tray. So to water here, we're going to fill the tray with water. The dirt is going to wick up the water into the seeds and into the sprouts once they sprout. But once they do sprout, we're going to take the top off because sprouts can get too damp and too humid, and that would potentially kill them. So this is not going to grow, hopefully, in our indoor setup that has a LED light. It doesn't need the light yet because there's no plant. So once they sprout, we'll take the top off, we'll check in with them, and then they'll go under the grow light for the next 8 to 10 weeks until they go outside. But this now is all set, and it's going to go into its home for the next little while.